the place they call the Rose Garden in downtown Portland, Oregon, the home of the Trailblazers, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. Back in Portland, the Trailblazers kick off the beginning of a homestand. A dismal season right now. Only 2 teams below them in the Western Conference.
And with the season series between these two clubs coming down to tonight, I think they're going to be especially anxious to get the win. That would give them a split, which would mean a lot emotionally here today.
There have been some really contentious moments between these teams this year, so I think there's a little more riding on this game than there would be under normal circumstances. I mean, it's obvious the outcome of this series is extremely important to both sides.
A look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies presented by State Farm. Miracle Man, he's in at point guard. Tony Allen and Rudy Gay, the 2 wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Arthur. And for the Trailblazers, Lillard and Batum, the backcourt duo. Inside we got J.J. Hickson and LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Matthews in at the 3 slot.
You know, you look back at what's happened to the Blazers over the last few years. It's very sad. This was a club that was poised to be one of the dominant teams in the West, and then the injuries just set them back big time.
Injuries can creep up on a team, and as Steve said, Portland had so much promise just a few years ago, really even at the beginning of last season. But look what's happened. No Oden, no Brandon Roy, and he was alluding to that moments ago, Clark, and that's tough. Those were cornerstone pieces for that organization.
Pillars for you, Kevin, and it's terribly unfortunate to lose 2 players of that caliber. You can see why the Blazers basically had to restart.
And Lillard kicks to Batum. Here's Aldridge. Nails it from the high post. Aldridge has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Smart. Use that big height advantage. Get the shot off.
Well, it's hard to put a big man on him, Steve, that far from the hoop. I mean, he's versatile.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
He's off on the 2nd.
You know, you look at Lionel Hollins, and I'm so impressed with the job he's done. I actually played for him way back in 1988. He was an assistant coach with the Phoenix Suns. That was my rookie season. And he was just a really good guy to play for. Worked hard, has a nice way about him. Kind of a player's coach. Really has a good relationship, a good feel for his players.
And this Grizzlies team, up and coming in the West, certainly. You've got to give Coach Hollins, Steve, a lot of credit for their success.
Well, what he's done is he's given this team an identity and a style, and that's so important in this league. I mean, what Memphis is, they're an inside-out team. They're tough, they're blue-collar, and they're going to defend every game, and that really comes from their coach. You know, it's easy to take him for granted because we're so used to seeing him make those kinds of plays.
Lillard with it. He had 10 points in the win against the Utah Jazz. Batum outside Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Batum passes to Matthews. Can't hit. Good work defensively by Gay. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
Well, it was a good win. Ball movement, offensive spacing, efficiency. They were just really solid at that end of the floor.
And when they got hot, they were impossible to cool down. That was the case throughout the game.
Here's Lillard following the score by Memphis. It's Matthews on the wing. Passes it to Aldridge. Over Gasol. Aldridge, no luck.
Well, you know what? You really expect him to knock that jumper down when he gets a good look like that. And you look at LaMarcus Aldridge, he's always had good height for his position, 6'11", but he's done a nice job filling out that frame.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, guys, the head coach for the Portland Trailblazers gave me just a couple of minutes. He said a big part of their focus defensively will be on trying to contain Rudy Gay, adding he presents some challenges because he can shoot over the top, and also he's a tremendous finisher inside. We've got to force him to that left hand, but I'm hoping we won't have to double too much because they have plenty of other guys who can knock it down. Kevin, the challenges are full.
All right, Doris, thanks. And he drops it in from the low post. Hickson's got his first points of the game. And, Steve, you look at Aldridge's improvement. He's left no stone unturned.
Yeah, I think the last step for Aldridge is to improve his post passing. Kevin, he's a wonderful scorer down on the block. He can step away and make jump shots. But if he can become a better passer out of that double team, he will be a complete offensive weapon.
Matthews dishes to Lillard. Hickson kicks to Matthews. Back to Hickson. Gets it to go. Hickson's got his second basket of the night. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at Memphis, and of course Portland. Not really any threat right now, is the record showing a lot more losses.
You know, for the Grizzlies, they've been taking care of business all season long and very much looking forward to the play.
36 seconds left in the first. Here's Miracle Man. And the shot is good. Miracle Man's got 9. 27 seconds left to play in the first. Outside Batum. There's the 3. And Hickson throws it down. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now the dish to Gay. Gasol, a screen on Batum. Here's Miracle Man. No good on the 3.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
It's all tied in Portland. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
We get closer and closer to the playoffs. Dwight Howard and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. It's the NBA next Sunday.
Kicks it to Pondexter. Here's Miracle Man.
Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Rice is checked in.
Well, he's got the special ability, Kevin, to make shots while being heavily guarded. And I don't know how he does it, but he figures out a way to get the ball in the basket, even under pressure.
Well, I know what the fans think of when his name comes up. His dunks. As a defender, he's got 2 choices when he's driving the lane. Get out of the way or be in the poster.
You've got Luke Babbitt. Sean Williams is out there at Jeffries. Then it's Nolan Smith, and it's Price, and it's the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And now, guys, still early in the second quarter, and that's his second foul. I'd be anxious to see if they leave him in here.
It's his first trip to the line.
Well, of course, we'd all like to see that free throw percentage improve. I mean, he does not have the touch in the 60s.
And, guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
Martin's checked in for Portland. And Memphis also making a switch. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Jared Bayless. The pass to Arthur. Here's Miracle Man.
That's taking it strong right there.
Yeah, finishing in style.
You can feel a sense of anticipation when he heads for the hoop because that's what he can do.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
And in terms of their offense in that game, guys, it was straight out of the textbook, Clark.
Yeah, and a flat-out clinic, wasn't it? I mean, just look at that final score.
Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Yeah, and you know the fans out in L.A. really hoping for a win in that one.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Memphis trailing here. Last time against the Trailblazers, they lost in Portland.
Well, if they're going to avoid losing to this team like they did last meeting, they're going to have to do a better job rotating guys in and out and staying fresh, because they really did not use their bench, and it came back to haunt them.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Miracle Man in their last time out against the Spurs really lit it up. He ended up with 53 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Just numbers that really jump out at you in the box score.
Well, thank you, Doris. Clark, what a game he's had.
I loved it. I mean, passion, intensity, focus, right on top of things. These are the games when you know you're feeling it and flowing nicely.
And when you have that, when you know it's there, you've got to attack. And that's exactly what he did. He took advantage of the circumstances and really came through with a phenomenal performance.
And that one's good, Barton. And just to touch again on Steve's point, they had real problems dealing with the bench in the last loss.
I'd agree with you. I mean, it was the biggest issue for them. And like you said, Steve, they're going to have to go deeper into their own bench this time around. Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Roten's checked in. Here's Barton. They set the pick. Makes the lead pass. He came off the screen and finished with authority.
Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
There was a lot to like on that play.
And it goes. That's good. And while we're thinking about him, did you guys catch his comments at the press conference after their last game?
He's clearly a big picture guy. I mean, it isn't really what he's done, but what the team has done. It's all about wins with this kid, and you have to respect that.
He's a competitor, no doubt about that. I mean, he doesn't go out and try to make friends or make highlights. He just comes in with one agenda, and that's just to win the basketball game every night.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ring shot on the way. It's blocked, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now let's take a peek at the league leaders in scoring. Take a look at Miracle Man, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Well, all you have to do is point to his name at the top of the list. What a season it's been for him. He's been amazing.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Jeffries. Dixon comes in for Sean Williams. Wesley Matthews checked in for Barton. And it's Batum in for Ronnie Price. Now Hickson. 8 points for him. Here's Aldridge. And it's Spates with the rebound. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Roten with it. Now Smith defending. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Roten the pass to Gay. Memphis moving it around. Here's Miracle Man. And Tony Roten gets the whistle there. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Grizzlies lead by 1. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Halftime at the Rose Garden in a close one. Welcome, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce. Memphis on top against Portland. Their defensive intensity is something to be seen. They're blocking shots left and right. Miracle Man just having his way against Portland. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Miracle Man having a dominant impact in this one.
Well, why eat at the drive-thru when you can sit down at the buffet and have all you can eat, Clark?
Well, I know you've been listening, partner. I like that. That's exactly what you need to do. Take advantage of what's available.
So on the floor for Memphis, Miracle Man in at point guard. Tony Allen and Rudy Gay, the 2 wings. Arthur out there with Marc Gasol. Here's Miracle Man to the inside. And the jam by Rudy Gay. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
A great matchup. I mean, these two teams really match up well talent-wise. I'm enjoying this.
Here's Batum. Right now averaging 11 points a game. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And guys, how many times have we seen him just drill that corner three? For whatever reason, that's just his shot. He sees that shot so well. Obviously, it's a little closer than other three-pointers, but that's his comfort zone for sure.
And, against him, Steve, as an opponent, you need to make sure you're making smart, crisp passes because he's so good at picking off the sloppy, loose ones.
And here we go with it.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
The Sprite replay really gave you a good look at the action. Poked away. Stolen by Allen. Throws it up high. Gets it to go. And that's now 7 points for Gay.
That's how you exploit that defense. Take the ball right to the basket.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And the basket by Lillard.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession. Damian Lillard, one of the top point guards in this year's draft. He's really more of a scorer than a classic pure point. In fact, he led the nation in scoring a season ago, but very dangerous. Great penetrator, and he can knock down the outside shot.
And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
Here's Miracle Man. He kicks to Arthur. Into Marc Gasol. And stolen by Aldridge. Here's Batum. Second chance shot. The shot by Hickson, no good. Memphis leading. Here's Miracle Man, and he has 28 points for the game.
And you know what, guys? For Lillard at Weber State, he was asked to be the primary scorer out of necessity. I mean, sometimes guys in that position can reveal themselves to be much more prolific passers at the pro level than they were able to in college just because of the need for them to score.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Matthews. Elliott Williams comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Nolan Smith subbed in for Lillard. And Memphis also making a switch. Bayless is checked in. And it's Smith missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. He feeds it to Gay. Feeds to Bayless. Here's Miracle Man. And stolen by Williams. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy looking. He was not getting...
1:39 left in the third quarter of the game. Barton kicks to Matthews. Now, here's Lillard, over by Conley. The feed to Hickson. Pass to Barton. He dishes it to Lillard. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Outside Matthews for the lead. The Grizzlies pull it in. Miracle Man's got 3 rebounds now in this one. For 3, gets the bucket. Miracle Man's got 33 points.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Dishes to Hickson. Knocked away. Gasol with the steal. Allen outside. Releases. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. There's 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here is Lillard. He's got 8. Pass to Barton. He passes to Hickson. That's good. Hickson's got 10 points in the game.
Now they may have to climb on his back to get back into this game.
Here's Miracle Man, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Batum sets a screen for Lillard. Over Allen. Can't hit the free throw line jump. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Grizzlies leading by 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And now our sideline reporter Doris Burke has a report on our Sprite uncontainable game. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Miracle Man.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Matthews and Batum on the perimeter. Hickson is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Lillard in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
Here's Miracle Man, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Miracle Man's got 12 points here in the second half. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Outside Matthews. Lillard passes to Aldridge. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Here's Miracle Man. They double him with Matthews. Here's Miracle Man. Blocked. But they'll get another chance. Up top, Batum. Matthews. Here's Lillard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Lillard having a good one. He has 8 points, and with 2 steals today, he's made an impact defensively.
No question. Several times we've seen how well he anticipates where the opponent is going to be when, depending on where they have the ball. Damian Lillard grew up in Oakland, California. A pretty good history for point guards out of that town. You think of Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, of course. You know, if Lillard could end up having a career of that caliber, he'd be doing awfully well for himself.
Batum off the pick from Hickson. And Batum kicks to Lillard. Aldridge with a screen on Conley. Off the pick. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 5 assists tonight.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
And for Lillard, he said that growing up in Oakland was one of the biggest challenges that he's had to overcome, just avoiding the pitfalls and the dangers of the town.
Yeah, a kid who kept his head down, though, Kevin, and focused on what he needed to do to have a chance to reach his goals and dreams. And I like what I see from him. He's a nice combo guard. He can go at you off the dribble. He can shoot it from deep. He can make the right play off the pass. A humble, hungry, talented young guy. I'm sure he'll play with a bit of an edge since he's a little under the radar screen coming in.
And that one's good by Aldridge. And so it's Memphis with it. It's a 5-point game. And it's Portland with the rebound.
He hasn't been one of their key guys tonight, but they are still winning despite his lack of production.
The dish to Batum. Kicks it to Lillard. Here's Hickson. Jams it straight down.
Look at that effort. Does he set a great example out there or what?
On plays like that, he does. Sure, what work on the offensive glass we see with him.
Yeah, that was awesome. Put back with the slam. Are you kidding me?
Here's Miracle Man. Puts it up from 15. Portland grabs the miss. Matthews has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Here's Miracle Man, defended by Batum. And again, Memphis no good. Portland trailing here. The pass to Lillard. Back to Batum. To take the lead. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, nobody giving up any ground either way, fellas.
And don't be surprised if this comes down to the final possession. It just kind of has that feel tonight, doesn't it?
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
And he throws it down with one hand.
And check out your point guard showing you major bounce above the rim.
How about this? The smaller the player, the bigger the highlight.
I love that. And that was a highlight. Terrific finish.
Aldridge left side.
Yes! Not a lot stopping him here in the fourth. He's now 4 for 5.
Here's Miracle Man. No good with the triple. This is a huge possession.
You've got to execute under pressure. We're going to see what they're made of.
Back to Aldridge. There's the block. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Grizzlies shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Gets it to go.
Boy, what a huge shot there.
How about what a game? I mean, he answered the bell with that one.
Now, here's Lillard. Tight defense on him. Back to Hickson. Aldridge left side. Over Gasol. Oh, off target. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Boy, that kind of hustle you just love to see.
And it gets his teammates fired up.
Yeah, especially with the powerful slam to finish things off.
It's stolen by Hickson. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
Nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.